What's up, guys? This is Kevin Harrish with 11 Warriors. We're doing Buckeye fan takes today. What are your names?
I'm Tyrell.
Okay.
Tiant.
You want to talk?
Seth.
You want in?
Aisha.
Okay. What do you guys think about the game?
Listen, man, I would just tell them, man, I'm sorry about the travel, man. I apologize they drove so far to get that, man. Listen.
Warriors!
No, man. See, listen. They drove so far, man, and it's just a blowout, man.
Total dominance from the defense. JT looked good. JK looked good. I mean, the whole offense, that's what we wanted to, get them rolling, get them started, and get our third string, second string in, get some reps. So all the way and get a win.
What do you guys think about the special teams? I mean, it's giving up a touchdown.
They let us down in the first quarter, but they rallied up. Nothing after that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So a couple, I'll look at a missed field goal, an extra point, but other than that, we'll take it though.
Yeah. You think Urban's going to clean that up?
Of course he has to. That's Urban's specialty, his special team. That's what he coaches, hands-on all the way. So he'll get it cleaned up next game, even better.
You guys mentioned offense. You think this is the best offensive performance? I mean, it's Maryland, but you happy with what you're seeing?
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
You got to think about it. They're going against their fourth-string quarterback and Matt, whoever, you know. So it's tough to really gauge how good the offense and defense is, but we'll get a true test here in the next couple of weeks. So we'll go from there.
But you're happy with what you see so far?
I'm very happy.
It's the Buckeyes, of course.
This is my first game that I've ever been to live, man, and I'm most definitely not upset. You see what I'm wearing? This is Ohio State, man. You know what I'm saying? They did what they had to do, man, and they did it well,
make his,
for sure.
Entry in the game, but I don't want him to burn his redshirt year, but next year is definitely Tate Martell's team to take over.
Really? You think it's Tate?
Oh yeah, all the way Tate.
Okay, so you got Joe Burrow, Dwayne Haskins. You're gonna have Emory Jones in there too. You think Tate's gonna separate himself?
Definitely. Have you seen the transition from spring to now? I mean, it looks a totally different player, all the way conditioned. So yeah, I'm going with Tate. Tate's my man.
What's your name? Just step on up here.
Nick.
Okay. What'd you think about the game?
We took it to them in all the quarters. I thought those penalties were a little bit rough. I think they should have kept those players in the game today.
You didn't like the targeting penalties?
Well, no. I mean, the guys lowered their shoulder, and I thought they gave them a good hit. It didn't seem dirty to me, but I'm in the stands, so who knows?
Yeah. And then obviously the other issue is special teams. Lot of miscues. What do you think is going to have to happen to kind of fix that a little bit?
Well, I mean, you just got to get guys out on the field that want to be there. I mean, they got to get there and they got to tackle and take their lanes of pursuit better and chase those guys down because we outplayed them all through the game. So it's just about being more disciplined, I think.
You said we outplayed them all throughout the game. You think that's Ohio State's most convincing win of the season, I guess? Oh,
so far. I mean, anytime you're against a Big Ten opponent and you put up that kind of numbers, I mean, that's impressive. So, I mean, as a fan, got to love it.
People were really critical of JT Barrett and the wide receivers and the passing game as a whole. You know, past couple, 3 games, they've looked pretty good. Is that your take?
Well, yeah, I mean, we don't have a preseason in college football, so, I mean, sometimes that you got to get the kinks out, and we played a big opponent in Oklahoma, and, you know, maybe that we weren't 100% polished. They're getting there. We got a great coach, and that guy gets our guys ready, and I'm excited for it, so I want to keep going, keep rolling.
Yeah, you like the direction they're going?
Oh, absolutely. Who doesn't? I mean, when you win games like this convincingly, we're here to make a statement this year just like any other, and we're going to get it done, I think.
And there's Nebraska and then the big test against Penn State. How do you see the Penn State game shaping up, 3 weeks in advance?
Well, I still think we've got a chip on our shoulder towards Penn State. I mean, I think we want to take it to them. Maybe some of their other opponents may beat them up a little bit before they get to us. So when we handle their run game, we'll shut them down.
Couldn't really ask for much better defensively and offensively.
Not from those standpoints, no. But our kicking game, special teams, and penalties, again, the penalties are rearing its ugly head. I'm seeing receivers get chemistry, though. I'm seeing guys start to get open. I know it's Maryland, and I know last week was Rutgers, but we're building confidence. Menji Victor's kind of becoming that go-to guy a little bit. He's seeing some trust, which we didn't have Indiana or Oklahoma. So
yeah. And I mean, the passing game as a whole, it's not just Victor spreading the ball around. You had Austin Mack with a few good catches. You like what you're seeing just from the passing game as a whole?
Better attempts. I know they like to get their screen game going and throw the edges. Like I said, against that team, you can do that. In 2 weeks, you're not going to be able to do that as much. But I am liking we're trying to get it downfield. Yeah. You know, we hit Weber on a wheel route and a busted coverage. That was great. Yeah. That's what we need to see. Backs out of the backfield, too, contribute. So I was really happy with that part.
Yeah. And defensively, it's hard to really evaluate when you're playing Maryland with a third-string quarterback. But they had, 12 yards midway through, towards the end of the third quarter. You like what you saw defensively, especially on the defensive line?
Yeah, they're just better assignments, better on the first teamers, better run gap stop responsibilities. The linebackers are filling. So, I mean, get those kids some confidence too, because like I said, you know, we're at Nebraska, and we got 2 weeks, and we got the big one here. So, you know, let's get some more confidence, get some more tackles for loss, which we lead the nation in. So, let's keep doing that.
Yeah, and I mean, probably the biggest storyline is Brandon Bowen went down. Probably going to be out for, well, definitely going to be out for the rest of the season. 2 broken bones in his leg. But what are you expecting from Matt Burrell?
That's tough to step into that, especially this part of the season. But, you know, I expect no drop off. You know, we may have to shuffle some guys maybe to accommodate him on the line, but O-line is O-line. I played that in high school, and it's no different. Just make your reads and get to your second level on your blocks, get your linebackers on the ground, and, you know, just to take him. It's good that he has Nebraska and the week off to kind of get ready, because, you know, we need him to step up here. So
yeah, he's going to get thrown into the fire against Penn State a little bit. And do you foresee a Isaiah Prince situation where he kind of gets exposed, or do you think he's going to play with confidence and it's going to be okay?
Hard to say, especially like we just played Maryland. Nebraska has a better defensive line than Maryland does. So that's going to be a better, I guess, litmus test is the best way I could put it. But it's really hard to say until we're in that situation with him. You know, I think, there are things we can do to kind of help him, though. We don't have to just totally like, hey, you're on your own. You know, you got 4 other guys blocking. You're playing at guard. It's a little easier than playing at tackle, to be honest. Right. You know, so we'll kind of wait and see how it all develops. Yeah, and I mean, you got Nebraska on the road, and we got Damon Arnett had that targeting penalty at the end. He's going to be out for the first half. You excited to see, maybe a little more Jeffrey Okudah in the first half of next week? A little bit. Speaking of targeting, like, I get it. The quarterback gives himself up. Like, you don't touch him. Mm-hmm. If you're already launched, try to turn away from him. I know it's hard to coach it. And then the first targeting we had when Ward got kicked out, I didn't think that was targeting at all. I think it was just a football play, and he extended his arms. He led with his shoulder, but he didn't hit his helmet. Yeah. You know, he was high, but he wasn't in this zone. So, like, I think that was kind of a you want to call a personal foul, fine, but I don't think that's worth targeting. And we need to kind of, like, clarify as a whole in all of college football what is targeting. Mm-hmm. Like, to me, helmet to helmet is targeting for sure. Right. If I lower my shoulder and I don't hit your head and I knock you on your butt, that's a football play.
What's your name?
Bronson.
Okay. So Bronson, what'd you think about the game? Obviously, it's a huge Buckeye win. Second straight, third straight, big blowout. Is this the most convincing win?
I think so, judging by the score margin. I think I saw everything I wanted to see today personally. Defense played great. Besides that kickoff, I think it's a perfect game. Everything you could ask for.
You think the special teams was okay? I mean, they had a couple bad punts, the blocked field goal.
Now that you bring that up, yeah, that's probably the roughest point of the game. I think we need to work a little bit on our kickoffs, but I think we'll be okay. So.
You're concerned about that or nah?
I think Urban's got it under control. It's going to be okay.
So, I mean, JT and the wide receivers opened it up a little bit. What do you think about their performance today?
I think it was great. Still need to connect on a few deep balls, but besides that, we're hitting almost everything. Besides a few drops, I think we're improving for sure.
So you think the offense is where it needs to be after kind of a poor showing against Oklahoma?
At this point in the season, yeah. I think we just got a couple more steps to go, and we'll be ready for the big matchup at home against Penn State.
What's your early prediction on that game?
31-28, OSU.
What are your names?
Kyle.
What's your name?
Hillary.
What do you think about the game? Obviously,
I think that game was awesome.
It's good? You liked it?
Yes. Maryland got destroyed, right?
Clearly.
We're ready for Penn State. National championship, baby.
National championship? That's what you're predicting?
Well, we had a rough start, but we're coming back strong.
Yeah. You think?
How do you feel?
I feel good. It's a huge win today. It's been a couple days. We
covered the spread, so
covered the spread. Good teams. Good teams win. Great teams cover.
Sure.
It's our first game.
Yeah. First game. What do you think of the stadium?
I was really excited to be here. Yeah.
What's your name?
Kim Jones.
Okay. So what do you think of the game? Obviously, it's a big win for the Buckeyes.
It's a huge win for the Buckeyes, and we will definitely be ready for next week. And JT was amazing today, and so was Paris Campbell.
Yeah, I mean, past couple weeks, JT's looked really good after kind of the whole passing game as a whole struggled against Oklahoma. You think he's been better?
I think he's getting better. I think he's getting more comfortable, and I think we'll do great. And looking forward to that Penn State game to tear them up.
you think that's going to be a big win for Ohio State?
It's going to be huge, huge.
What's your name?
Colin.
Okay. What'd you think of the game?
I loved it. It was a great time. It's the best. It doesn't get much better than that.
Yeah, it's a huge win. Is that the biggest, biggest game of the season? The biggest win of the season?
Oh, of course. Yes, absolutely. Not the biggest win yet, though.
Yeah.
But that's what's coming.
Yeah.
Michigan game.
Michigan game, not Penn State?
Michigan game. I mean, it doesn't get better than the Michigan game. It's the best there ever is.
And, obviously there's been a ton of improvement since the Oklahoma loss. You like what you've seen of the team so far?
Absolutely. They're on the way up, and that's all you can really ask for at this point.
And, obviously there are a couple problems in the kicking game on special teams. What do you think it's going to take to get that corrected?
Kick and change.
Kicking change?
Yes. There's I don't know. I feel for the guy. I mean, he's trying his best, but that's rough. That's hard to fix. I mean, he's pretty far off.
Yeah.
Sorry.
What's your name?
Liam.
This was your first game, you said?
Yeah.
Your first Big Ten game.
Yeah.
And who are your two favorite players?
Chase Young and JT Barrett.